Everyone. So the Lakers got ran out of Memphis. Memphis just absolutely ran away at the end of the third quarter and just dominated the second half. Lakers seemed really good, right? They were down 17, got it back to 1, and just never could really get over the hump, right? Every time they get it to 1, then they'd give up a run. Then they'd get it to 3, and then they'd give up a little run. And then they just kept going back and forth. They get it to 1, and then Memphis just didn't look back from there. Ended up pushing it into the 20s at some point. And then even in the fourth quarter, it was like Memphis was doing everything they could to let the Lakers kind of get back into the game, and the Lakers just couldn't hit shots. The Lakers were atrocious in this game, 26% from 3, 10 of 39, although a lot of them were at the end of the game just trying to like maybe get something going, and it didn't work out. But the real question and concern is LeBron James. LeBron James was terrible this game and really sold, especially that first half. That first half, he was about as bad as we have ever seen him. He was bad in that Clippers game. He was arguably worse in this game, just turning the ball over. He had something like 5 turnovers and like 6 points. He had almost as many turnovers as points at one point. And then he kind of seemed to like get it going, but still just been atrocious. He's really settling for the 3 ball. He shot 1 of 9 again today. He's shooting about as poorly from 3 as possible, but just keeps trying to take it up and jack up shots. He had 15 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, was 5 of 17 from the field. But if you remove those 9 threes, he's 5 of 8. And I've talked about this in the past. I've made videos about this in the past where, you know, you look at LeBron and it's like he finished 50% from the field, but he shot like 20% from 3. And it's like if you remove all those threes, he shoots like 80% from the field. Memphis has no way to stop him when he puts his head down and be aggressive. And he just hasn't been. And look, LeBron said it himself in the postgame. He didn't hold back at all. You know, he said he played like, you know what, right? Trying to keep it PC here a little bit. But yeah, that becomes a problem though. And it begs a real question that, is LeBron gassed? Because he does look gassed at times. And if he is, that's real concern going forward. Especially as these series start getting more grueling, start getting more physical, start getting more exhausting and more demanding of LeBron James. We're going to need him to be able to kind of get into the tank and take over, right? We saw him do that in Game 4, in which they won the game and ended up leading the series 3-1. Now, I have no concerns about the Lakers winning this series. I don't. Look, I predicted the Lakers would win this series in 6 games, and everything I've said that would happen has happened so far. Said the Lakers would split one of the 2 games in Memphis. They'd win one of those. They'd win their 2 home games, and then they'd go to Memphis. Memphis would have their backs against the wall. They're the best home team in the league. They would end up beating the Lakers. I was hoping it'd be a little closer, but I figured they'd still beat the Lakers. We'd close out in Game 6 in LA because Memphis is a terrible road team. And I still believe that that will be the case. I still believe that the Lakers will close out in LA. But it's really concerning with LeBron James. He put on a master clinic in Game 4, right? 20 points, 20 rebounds, all that stuff. Like, he didn't have like anything crazy, but he was really controlling that game. Like, he looked like they were just really high IQ plays. But this game, it was like the opposite. I mean, there was a real argument several times during that game of like, you should take LeBron James out. Like, he was that bad. He was hurting this Lakers team that much that it was like, I don't know if you could keep playing LeBron at this rate. He's hurting us more than he's helping us. And it's not, we need more from LeBron. Anthony Davis did his part. 31 points, 19 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 blocks, a steal. Was fantastic. But the issue is like we can't seem to get both of them to be on the same page in the same game. And hopefully that's the case in Game 6, right? I mean, outside of Anthony Davis, no one had like some major standout game. Austin Reeves looked like he was starting to, and then just kind of fell off. He ended up shooting 4 of 13, 17 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. He didn't have a bad game by any means, but we needed a little more efficiency. D'Lo had that nice little stretch, but he started off poorly, and then after that stretch kind of ended poorly. It was rough, right? Rui got into foul trouble early on, so he didn't play as many minutes as he could have. And it's like, if we would have gotten some solid production from LeBron, not even like elite level, this might have been a different game, right? Like, they pulled away after we clawed and climbed back down 17, got it to 8, right? Went on an 8-0 run, got it to 9, sorry. Went on an 8-0 run, then went on another 8-0 run to start the third. And then it was just kind of this back and forth where it's like if LeBron could have been LeBron and kind of taken over in those spots and got us a lead, momentum shifts, everything changes, everything shifts. But it was like, and even when I was doing the live stream for the game, I was talking about how like it seems like one of those games where the Lakers just can't get over that hump. You see it all the time. Like teams will get it to 3 or they'll get it to 2 or 1 or sometimes even tie it. And then they can never just get the lead. They always seem to be a point or two behind. And that's what this game felt. And then Memphis just went on their run again and it was over. The game was over. And we need LeBron to just be better, right? Like we've talked about Anthony Davis. We've talked about D'Lo. We've talked about everybody. You know, we're so quick to criticize Austin Reeves and D'Angelo Russell and Anthony Davis, right? Anthony Davis needs to show up and all that stuff. We got to be able to do the same for LeBron James. You know, I don't even necessarily need LeBron to give us 30. You know, I don't need a 20-27 game every game. But he's got to be better. It was just a lot of things. It wasn't even the lack of offense. It wasn't even the poor scoring. It was just him making a lot of just really bad plays that LeBron doesn't usually make. You know, it wasn't so much that like, hey, he struggled shooting the rock, so it put us in a bad spot. No, it was like he's just making careless passes. He had one where he got the ball off the rebound and just lazily threw it to Austin Reeves, and you had Ja just take it and just was going the other way. And you just saw all these like just lack of energy from him. And I don't know if it was like, I don't know if maybe this was that game 1 type thing, you know, where LeBron just kind of hangs out and he's a little sloppy. It takes him a little bit to get into. And then, you know, you see that game 2 where LeBron has a great performance. So maybe he's kind of just saving it, keeping it in the tank for game 6, but we're probably going to need it. I don't know. I'm trying to make excuses for LeBron, but it's kind of hard when you play this poorly. Again, like if he just had a bad shooting night, so be it, right? But it wasn't just that he had a bad shooting night. It was just everything else. He was terrible on the defensive end, which he's been really good this series. And it was just, again, it just seemed like lack of effort from him in a lot of ways, which could relate to him being gassed or that foot injury or things like that. But we've seen him be able to just go and walk to the basket. You know, and it's so much like, if you don't have it, stop jacking up threes. Like, that's my again, it's the low IQ type plays that bothers me from LeBron. And we need to see LeBron and AD be able to get it going together. You know, like we do. Like, I'm hoping game 6 we see a game where, you know, Davis has 30 and LeBron has 25. Because we're probably going to, like, you know, a game 1. We need another game 1 for game 6. And I think we'll be fine. But it's concerning with LeBron. And again, if his foot's hurting him, if he's just gassed, whatever, fine. That's okay. Right? But why are you making lazy passes? Why are you making terrible decisions and plays? Why are you, settling for 9 threes a game? That if you're gassed and your foot's bothering you, why are you trying to jack up threes that take energy, that you need lift, you need your feet, you need your legs, you need all that stuff, right? Like, why not just have other guys step up and try to get a good play going? Play decoy, whatever. That's what I would like to see from LeBron. But it just seems like he's really just settling. Seems like he's not really, hey, let me close this out. Let me put my head down and get to the basket. He could put his head down and get to the basket every possession if he wanted to. And it is a little scary because it took some late game heroics to get the win for game 4. You got it. you went into Memphis and they ran you out the building. It's concerning. All right. I mean, Memphis is the number 2 seed. They are very good, very young, very talented. So if you're the Lakers, you got to pick it up. LeBron's going to have to dig into that tank and figure it out. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? Do you think it's of concern? Do you think it's not? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. Let me know down.